This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Yeah. Alright, so before we jump into this premiere draft for Zendikar Rising, I want to remind everyone that Card Kingdom sponsors my content. You can support them and me by visiting their store, which you can do by clicking on the link in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, or the logo below if you're watching it on Twitch. That'll take you to their, my referral link to take you to their store, and they have all kinds of great stuff. Holiday gifts and, gifts for yourself as well. So check them out. All right. Okay, so this is quite a good pack. To Drew, Paragon is first pickable. I mean, frequently it'll be a 5-mana 3/2 that draws you a card. That also has all the party upside. Merfolk Falconer is something you first pick sometimes between its efficient body and, being a kicker payoff. Lone Age is familiar. I mean, kicker, when it comes together, I think is just the best deck in this format, and it's the signpost uncommon for it, so it's pretty good. I do think these two are probably better. And then there's also Royal Eruption, which is premium removal that can also go to the face slate. I think, while these cards are all things, these two are both things you first pick. I don't think they're things you first pick over premium removal. I think you would rather have Royal Eruption. Yeah. So that's where I'm going. Kills things efficiently. You can kick it late. Sure, it's less efficient when you do, but, it's a place to sink mana that's really powerful. Okay, well, Oran Reef Ooze is really strong. It's going to be at its best in the +1/+1 counter deck. But even on its own, it's a 3-mana, 2/2 that puts a counter somewhere, and when it attacks, it puts counters on things that already have counters. And if you can put the counter on itself, and that can make it all on its own a 3-mana 3/3 that gains +1/+1 every time it attacks. So, that's pretty good. I think it's what we take here. I do like Kabira Takedown. I think, the removal spell that's also a land is pretty sweet, and that's what it is. Myriad Captain's pretty good too. But we're going to take the Ooze. Okay. Well, our first two packs were pretty good. This one is kind of underwhelming. We don't really have any red card that I want to take here, or really a green card either. This does give you nice fixing if you're in the market for that. Nice ramp. But I'm not sure I am. Same thing with the Relic. It's good fixing if you're in the market for that, but and that may just be what I take out of a pack like this one, because it's so underwhelming otherwise. Yeah, I mean, there's not anything in here. The best card is probably Shepherd of Heroes, which is a nice card, but it's not great or anything. Yeah. I think I'm just going to take fixing here. I think I'm going to take Vastwood Surge. It also puts counters on things, so we might care about that. But yeah, that pack was not a pretty one. Okay, this one's also not great. I mean, Pyroclastic Hellion's fine. It lets you rebuy double-faced modal cards, which is sweet. Malakir Blood Priest is an alright 2-drop. I don't like this trick a whole lot unless you're in the kicker deck. So yeah, I mean, we could get more fixing and kind of go crazy, I guess, on fixing / landfall. I think the Hellion is probably a little more worthwhile. Gonna make it in more decks. Okay, well, now we have the Signpost uncommon. We do have a Practice Tactics here, which is pretty good, but I'm kind of inclined to take the Signpost given where we already are. So, landfall it is. That kind of makes me wish I'd taken a few of the cards we saw that can help landfall be a thing, but, that's okay. Okay, so Scale of Heights is pretty good. It does involve counters, which are Ooze likes. It also involves lands, which are Brushfire Elemental likes. There's also a Marasa Rootgrazer, which is the green-white landfall deck signpost uncommon. Wind Robber's not a bad card. I think I take Scale the Heights in the end here, though. I think it'll be a good fit for this deck. I mean, we could end up being green-white, I think, but seems unlikely. Synchronized Spellcraft is removal, but it's not close to premium, so I'm going to take the Scale the Heights there. Okay, so after some weak packs, now we have another pretty good one, especially this late. So Kum Warrior is double-face modal card. That is also a creature, and the creature part is nice. Electromancer is good if you can, you know, produce 2 to 3 mana with it, which isn't that hard. The Cleric can be nice if you're playing multiple colors, and we could be. And then Dauntless Survivor is a nice 2-drop that works well with our Ooze. I think in the end I'd take the double-face modal card. Like, you know, being able to play 1 fewer land and have fewer cards in your deck that are just lands is underrated, I think. I like that. And, you know, it doesn't hurt our numbers for our landfall stuff, assuming that's where we end up, because it's a land when we need it to be. Alright, so here I think we take Jiraga Visionary. I like this card. You know, I always like creatures with reasonable stats that are cantrips, and that's exactly what it is. So that's where we're going to go. We're a little low on 2s, and Nectar Pot is fine. It's probably going to be better than Expedition Champion in this deck, and probably better than the Lagak too, so we'll take the Nectar Pot. I like this late Dauntless Survivor. You know, it's the kind of 2-drop that really has viability all game long most of the time. Whether it's because, I mean, and usually it's because you can put the counter on something else that matters late. So we'll take the Wildfire here. If we end up with enough landfall, it might be worth running. You know, Mesa Lynx is a reasonable-ish card, and I'm kind of thinking I'm going to take it just in case something crazy happens. Yeah, so a few reasonable white cards were available late there. Man, that's annoying. So, Zareth San is one of the best cards in the set. But we're in neither blue nor black. And you really need rogues to make it work well. So, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like that ship has sailed. We could consider taking Zareth San and just jettisoning what we've done already. Sometimes that's the right thing to do, but I don't think we want to do it. I don't think we want to do it. Rabid Bite is a good pick, and it is what we're going to take, but I'm just trying to say Zareth San is far and away the best card in this pack. Spikefield Hazard's pretty good too, but I do think Rabid Bite is enough better that it's what we're going to take. So it's what we'll do, but it makes me a little sad, you know. Okay. So Kabir Takedown is quite good. This is good in the Cleric deck, obviously. So Spring Mantle Cleric could have a place in our deck. It has counters, which we have, you know, 1 card that's a payoff for. And right now we have the ability to splash a 3rd color if we really want to. Whether we do is another question, but we could. So, you know. Yeah. So I think, I mean, Kazandu Stomper's okay, Scorch Rider's okay. The Cleric, I think, has the highest ceiling of all of these, so I think I'm going to take it and see where it takes us. Okay. So we have Fireblade Charger, which is better if you have equipment, which is less likely to happen in this deck, but not impossible. It's another Rabid Bite. Taunting Arbor Mage, you know, a lot of the times it's just a 3-mana 2/3, but in the late game it can be completely devastating. How are we doing on party creature types? Do we want that Electromancer? We have 2 Warriors, 1 Cleric, so probably not. So maybe I just grab another Rabid Bite here. I probably do. Okay, so Vine Gecko's here. You know, we're going to end up with enough kicker. We already have some. That it's going to be worthwhile. We're not going to be a kicker deck most likely, but we could probably get there. Balagate Recovery is another nice double-faced modal card. Gnarlid Colony is nice too, but I think we take the Gecko here. Should make us value kicker a little bit more. So red does not look super open, it's worth noting. I do think we're going to take a Night Runner here, but red is not super open. So whether we end up in red, well, okay. Now we're seeing some reasons to stay in red. Like Kazul's Fury, which is a fling that's also a land when you need it to be. So, we have a decent trick here. We have fixing that we don't really need. I mean, yet. It does have kicker. You know, that matters a tiny bit. We also have another Hellion. I think I'm going to go with another Hellion here. Alright, we're going to take my preview card. Probably won't make the cut in our deck, but it's not terrible. Molten Blast. Okay, so I think I'd rather have Scavenged Blade than the Zendikar. We may play it. Alright, we'll take Scorch Rider. It does have kicker. So there you go. Alright, so here I think we take an Electromancer. Yeah, so this deck, I'm not sure how I feel about it right now, but I don't feel overly confident, I have to say. I feel like we may not have the necessary synergy one wants. Hello, Zealous. Glad you made it to the stream. Sizzling Barrage. Okay. Well, I think it's Thundering Rebuke. It's one of the best uncommons. Often you pay 2 mana to destroy something that costs far more than that, and that always feels great. Thank you for the congrats, Zealous. Canopy Baloth is something I wouldn't mind finding. Relic Axe even, not too bad, but we definitely take Rebuke here. Yeah, we have unfocused synergy, that's for sure. Okay, so how's our curve looking? It actually looks pretty good. What I'm trying to decide here is whether I want another Dauntless Survivor or another double-faced modal card. You know, this one's going to be played as a land like 90% of the time, but like all threatens, when it actually does something, it's usually pretty potent. So, you know, that's worth keeping in mind. I do think in the end here, I'm just going to take another Survivor. I just like it as a 2-drop. It does the job. Okay, so again, I love Thundering Spark Mage, but we have what? 2 Wizards, 4 Warriors, 1 Rogue. We're kind of getting in the neighborhood of Spark Mage being worthwhile, and I might take it here if there weren't another Akum Warrior. I think we just take the Warrior in the end. Yeah. Ooh. Do we have enough counters to make Iridescent Hornbeetle worth it? I think the answer is probably no, but I'm going to look real quick. So we have 1, sort of 2. I've almost never cast it that way, but 3, 4, 5. Man, we're close. We are close. Thank you for the sub, Zealous. We are close with the Hornbeetle. I may just need to take the Scythe Cat, though, because it's pretty bad if you can't trigger it consistently. So I think I'm going to take the Scythe Cat. I don't quite think we were getting there. Alright, here we'll take a Gnarlid Colony. Okay, so I think we're kind of set on big guys. I'm going to take an Arbor Mage this time. It's also a wizard, so that matters a little. And we'll take an Electromancer here. Take an Inordinate Rage here. Actually, I'm not going to play the Rage. Let's take the Rare because of gems. That does matter. Fisher Wizard. Another Scavenge Blade. So, yeah. In the end, I don't think we're going to play the Cleric. And I don't think we're going to play... Where is our Vastwood Surge? Glad to hear you've enjoyed the content and it's been helpful for you. And thank you very much for the sub again, Zealous. All right. There's those 20 gems because we took that 1-drop guy. Okay. So, we actually probably don't need to do much here because we have, in terms of cutting, I mean, we have the 2 Warriors. Is that all we ended up with, double-face modal card-wise? No, and Kazul's Fury. So, we have 3 double-face modal cards. So, pretty much, I think we can cut at least 2 lands out of this deck. And maybe cut 1 real card. And we probably don't need Cleansing Wildfire the way this deck turned out. We have landfall, but not in such huge quantities that it's worth it. Is there anything I'm not including that I might want to add? Nope. Alright. So, I think this is our deck. And let's roll with it. I wonder if I should have taken that insect. I do love that card, that horn beetle, but I feel like with only 5 counter things, I was kind of pushing it. Okay, so I think this is definitely a keep. Alright, so play our Vine Gecko here. I probably want to play my Night Runner next. Although maybe now I want to play the Scythe Cat, actually. I was thinking about playing the Night Runner because then Electromancer will produce 2 mana and we can use it to rebuke something or something like that. But I think we'll play the Cat. Start getting that landfall online. So we're just going to take 4. Subtle Strike, probably. Would have really blown us out if we blocked, and now it's going to kill our cat, so, you know. So, we kind of need to play this as a land. Do I need to rebuke that 3/4? I mean, it's not going to be a 3/4 on their turn, but it's still kind of a problem. So, I think I'm going to attack with my Gecko here and play the Night Runner. And then next turn try to set up the Electromancer thing. I mean, if that fails, we still have Rabid Bite and Rebuke. Alright, well, I think we just take 2 here. Looks like they're stuck on 2 lands, which is pretty rough for them. Okay, so let's play this Electromancer. And so that gives us... Oh, if I hadn't tapped green, I could have done this a little better, I think. But, you know. Now we're going to rebuke Mesa Lynx. They may have an answer. And they do. Okay, so... Am I more willing to trade my Gecko in this deck? I mean, we have Kicker, but not so much that it just may not be worth holding on to the Gecko. I could just attack with nothing, I guess. Yeah, let's attack with nothing. I thought about swinging out, but... I think I'm reasonably happy that I didn't. So you do have kicker. That could come up someday. I think there's a significant chance they have a way to put a counter on that thing. So I think I'm going to Rabid Bite it. And then, yeah, in the turn. More green mana would be nice. Ooh, that'll be good. Yeah. So I need one more mana and I can kick this. So it's pretty difficult for me to ever want to, like, not attack with it. So I think I'm going to play Dauntless Survivor here. And put a counter on the Electromancer. And attack with the Electromancer. Nice. I'm gonna double block this. It doesn't have Death Touch right now. Does mean we can't kick our Scorch Rider. Oh, well, except they chose not to kill it, so that works for me. Okay. So do I Rabid Bite that Outrider and attack with every, or not everything, but or do I just play? I think I'm just going to attack with my Electromancer here and then play Visionary. Okay, so we can kick this next turn, which will be good. I don't hate them using up their turn to cast Blood Price. Okay. Well, I want to kick my Colony or my Scorch Rider. I think the Scorch Rider. Because I can attack with it right away. Yeah, that's annoying. We'll be able to deal with it, though, if we kick this. So we're going to Rabid Bite. Alright, yeah, got there. If I had to pick one card, what would it be? It might be, I mean, I think Zareth San, the rogue guy, is kind of absurd. Like, even if you can just hit your opponent once with it, they, like, lose the game. I do have a top 10 bombs in this format list that I think has held up pretty much. And I think I put him at the top. Obviously, Drana is insanely good. I mean, there's some really powerful mythics in this set, for sure. Alright, this is a good hand. I mean, if we can get the ooze going, that's when things can get real silly. I mean, I wish I had another creature. Like, if I draw a Dauntless Escort... If I had drawn a Dauntless Escort there, this would have been, like, an amazing hand. We didn't get there, though. Alright. So I think we're just going to go for it here with Orin Reef Ooze. I mean, it's a kind of 3-drop that they have to deal with one way or another, or they can quickly lose this game. And that always feels good, so... Yeah, we just take 2. I wonder what they have. I may just Rabbit Bite the Blade Master here, because I think maybe they have the 1 white mana trick that gives +2/+2 based on their attack. But I guess even if they have, well... I mean, the other option is just that I play Scythe Cat Land. And I think that's a reasonable play. And then next turn, they'll both get bigger. Yeah. Well, it's pretty gross. We will be able to Rabbit Bite it if we want to, most likely, but yeah. And that's probably what we'll do. So the question is here, whether I should get really greedy and try to hope that I hit something off Scale the Heights. I think we should probably just play this as a land. And then Rabbit Bite and kill the... Yeah. And then... So they can double block the Ooze, but at this point I think we're okay with that deal. I may play Fisher Wizard and discard Scale the Heights now. Probably not. We'll just decline. Okay, so I think we play Night Runner. And then Scale the Heights with the counter on Night Runner. Attack with our Fisher Wizard. Look out. They have a lot more gas than we do right now, unfortunately. Well, I'm glad they played that instead of kicking it, though. Okay. So I think I'm going to try to kill the Tactician. And then attack with both of these. Okay, well, we get a 2-for-1. I mean, you know, drawing the card would have been good. But suddenly, they don't have very much gas left either. Uh-oh. Well, now it doesn't really matter that they don't have gas left, because that's a scary creature. Yeah. So right now we have... Oh, did I forget I could attack there like a genius? I think I did. Because it can't block. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the cat. Yeah, that's true. That is true. We're going to go ahead and attack first here. Because even if they have a way to, like, suddenly mill the last couple cards, 3 cards they need here. Yeah. Or I can fling the cat. That's true. That's true. We got lots of options, that's for sure. We're going to attack first. That's our first thing we're going to do. Okay, so that's still not quite going to do it. But I guess it does let them... Yeah. Okay. That works out pretty well for them. So the problem with the fling cat plan, which we'll probably do eventually, is simply that we won't be able to do it this turn. Whereas with Rabid Bite, I can do it now, you know? So I think that's what we do. We're not able to play this and Rabid Bite, so I think we just go ahead and Rabid Bite. I mean, we could have played this and returned to Forest, but then we're not returning our Fling. So hardly seems worth it. Yeah, flinging the cat will be good eventually. Yeah, I don't hate that they use Nahiri's Binding that way. Alright, so we're going to play our Hellion now. And return the Fling. Okay, well... Lots of different ways to basically win here. I mean, it does depend on what's in their hand, of course, but... Let's... attack with our Hellion. Yeah, we should have lethal. I mean, we can Fling and Royal Eruption. I'm just sort of trying to play around what they could have in their hand. So... Okay, yeah. That'll do it. Probably a mulligan. I mean, we do have 2 mana, but... Oh, God. Down to 5 we go. Okay. I can live with this. I mean, it's... We're gonna put back both mountains. We can play literally all of our cards off of 1 forest and 1 mountain. All our cards in our hand. So... Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do here. And the reason it's better to keep the warrior is because it's basically strictly better when you play it on turn 1. So, yeah. I guess we'll play... Oh yeah, we'll play the Gecko. So I'm gonna attack with our gecko. Wizard, discard Nectar. Yeah, I mean, that's worth thinking about. Nectar Pot is a real card, but it is probably one of the worst ones in our deck. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to do. I was considering doing, playing the Nectar Pot and then a land, but... yeah, I mean, we're gonna need more lands than 2 at some point, you know, so... Nice. Okay, I can live with that. So I think we attack with our wizard. Play our visionary. That can help make up for our huge hand disadvantage, card disadvantage. The visionary can. Hello, Dr. Lorenz. So, we're going to be rabbit biting that raptor. How about that? That concerns me like, significantly. I think I'm just going to kick this Gnarlid colony now and then attack with both of these and see what they have. Four mana for a Gnarlid, kick Gnarlid colony is pretty sweet. So I'll attack with both of those. The fact they didn't attack me concerns me. I mean, I guess maybe they were just worried about the damage they're gonna take, but I feel like they have something in their hand here that would have messed us up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is what we were playing around, so I can live with that. They have me worried again. This time I don't think we can play around it quite as much. So I think I'm gonna play, just to be safe, in case they have like another +2/+2 card. Wait. Yeah, I should be okay actually to rabbit bite my colony now. Yeah. Yeah. +2/+2 wouldn't have saved their creature now that we had a 4/4, so that's why I thought that seemed a reasonable thing to do. Alright, so let's play our Survivor. We want to put the counter on our Fisher Wizard. And then attack with everything? I think so. We're gonna hold on to this land. Our deck does have landfall, so there's some reasons to do it. I mean, we did pull ahead on board, but we're still so behind on cards that I don't feel super secure in our situation. Ooh, well, that'll work out, I guess. Although, we kind of need the red mana, but, you know. So, does that give us lethal? No. No. But, it may actually not make sense to return this. Mostly because if we draw a red card next turn, we won't be able to play it. And we won't be able to cast this anyway. So, we're just going to return a forest. Which is real sad, but... Is it worth the attack here? I mean, they have to block Gnarlid Colony and go to 1, right? Yeah. I think it is worth the attack. Yeah. I could draw a mountain, but if I drew a mountain, I wouldn't have been able to play the Akum Warrior either, so I was kind of out of luck any way you rolled it there. I'm only really thinking about the next couple turns, because that's where we're going to need to get them. So they can't attack us. I mean, oh, that's nasty. I'm sorry, opponent. that is downright nasty. Well, I'm glad we won that Mold of 5. We had a pretty amazing Mold of 5 hand where we had 3 2-drops. We had 3 2-drops and 2 lands, and I mean that went a long way towards getting us there. Plus, the Fisher Wizard, you know. This is a good hand. I mean, I wish I was going first with a Brushfire Elemental in it, but it's still a good hand. All right. Play this land. Makes you a 3/3. So I think what we do is play our Survivor and make it a 4/4. I could Rabid Bite, but I think adding a little more to the board and making our Elemental a 2/2 base is well worth it here. Oh, I'm glad they only have one. That would have gotten real bad. Ooh. Okay. Do I just keep making this huge? Go all in on it? Seems a little dangerous. But I'm also kind of tempted. Yeah, I think I'm gonna scale here. Yeah, and then we go ahead and we play this. And then we go ahead and we play that. Drop them to 8. Ooh. That's less than ideal. Okay. Well, if we draw a land, do we just win? Would we have just won a 5? Yeah, we would have just won if we hit a land. That's frustrating. We can still kill the Shatter Skull and be in pretty good shape here. Yeah, so I think we go Dauntless Survivor. Rabid Bite. some aggression. We can just win the game if we take this. Just attack with both and then Royal Eruption. Yeah. Now we really can. One green mana, huh? Well, getting that elemental early is always real scary, so. Especially, I mean, we went really tall on that elemental. It would have been bad if they had removal, of course, but, you know, they didn't. Everything was fine. Never punished. Yeah, no, that's how it panned out anyway. That's for sure. Right, this is a keeper. It's quite a good hand, actually. So we have 2-drop, 3-drop. I think this is another hand where I kind of would rather discard the Nectar Pot than a land. So I think that's what we're going to do. For Nectar Pot. Yep, that seems like it was a good choice. Okay. This seems familiar. Gonna put the counter on itself. Granted, if they have like Royal Eruption here, it's gonna be rough. I'll kind of wish I put it there, but I think this gives us, you know, if it sticks around, it's gonna give us a bigger boost. Alright, so I'm gonna play Dauntless Survivor here. Stick the counter on Fisher Wizard. Attack with both. How do you like that race? More lands would be good, but we're doing pretty well. You think they're gonna pump this to a 7 here? That would be scary, but they would be dead if like that was their game plan for this turn. They'll be dead next turn. Okay, so I mean, if they want to kill one of these, they're gonna have to double block it, and they can't even double block the ooze. So I think I just attack here with everything. And then play Scorch Rider in my second main phase. Yeah. So they can double block the Fisher Wizard if that's what they want to do. Yeah, well, if that's how they're going to block, I feel real good about this. Yeah, that's what I would do if I were them. play our Scorch Rider. So we've got potentially 2 damage coming out of our Hellion at some point. Well, that's pretty gross, but I think we'll be okay in the long run. Yeah. So let's go ahead and attack with everything. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, this deck didn't seem like it had much synergy. It seems like it was kind of all over the place, but it seems like it has just enough kicker stuff and just enough +1/+1 counter stuff, you know, that it's been kind of coming together. Plus, we've gotten a turn 3 Oran Reef Ooze twice, and if you get to do that and put a counter somewhere else and roll with it, it's pretty hard to beat, and, you know, we've seen that twice, so... Yeah, that 5-card one was pretty sweet. All right, this is good. We can, yeah. You know, it's not the most amazing hand, but... you know, it's pretty good. We'll see how things pan out, whether we're rather going to play a Gecko or a Survivor on turn 2. The Survivor will allow us... I mean, most likely we'll probably just play the Survivor, then Electromancer and Royal Eruption something. That seems pretty probable to me. We're going to go ahead and play you now. We can get you back later with a couple cards if we really want to. Okay, so that has me considering Vine Gecko because it allows me to play this on turn 4, which is pretty crazy. And if I play Survivor Electromancer, I'm not going to have that option. And we can't do anything super busted with Survivor Electromancer. So I think I'm going to play the Gecko. Okay, I think now now I am gonna play the Survivor. Stick the counter here. We also have a really nice curve in this deck. We have like 1,000 2-drops, which has worked out pretty well. See if they kill our Gecko. They may have Royal Eruption or something. Yeah, or Vanquish. Alright, well... that's less than ideal, but I can live with it. Oh, you're right, the double green thing would have been a problem. So, what we're gonna do here is Electromancer... Nectar Pot. So, kill that. Swing with everybody. I really need some more green mana, please. I don't think it's that much to ask for. I'm a little sad that that 3/4 is so effective here at stopping me. If I attack with everything here, they go to like 3. Probably not worth it. Let's hope they don't give our whole board X1, you know, minus X right now. -1 is what I'm trying to say. Words. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So if I play a land here, make this a 3/3. Attack with everything. No, I don't think it's worth it. Which is why I think I'm actually going to hold on to this land and wait for a more opportune moment. Yeah. Cinderclasm, yeah, that would be bad too. Yeah, their board's getting scary. That's for sure. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we're in trouble. I think we're... Our deck's not meant to play the long game. Okay. Well, this could at least make things interesting. So... I'm actually going to put the counter on my Electromancer, because that enables it to be an attacker. Yeah. Let's put the counter on Electromancer. We'll put it on the Visionary too, I guess. But we'll put it on the Electromancer. Okay, well now we go land, land. And now I think we attack with both of these. And yeah, we can play a kicked Gnarlid Colony next turn, which won't hurt. Once the rubble clears. I'm more concerned about this 3/4 because it's holding back our... Yeah. Okay, we got him down to 4. We did already cast our only Royal Eruption, unfortunately for us, but... but maybe we'll be okay. Let's just draw both our Hellions back to back. Can we do that? Oh my gosh. 4, 5, 6, 7. I am 1 mana shy. Once we can kick this, we can just win the game. Four, 5, yeah. Oh wait. What kind of math am I doing? It's 6 mana. Okay. So... yeah. So, when it enters the battlefield, all creatures able to block target creature do so. That was a nasty top deck. That was a nasty top deck. We've had some good top decks here today. No doubt about that. Thank you for the sub, Adion. Yeah, I have to mulligan this. No green mana. If we had green mana, this hand would be so scary. I mean, yeah. This one's better, but, you know, it doesn't have as high of a ceiling as that last hand, but it has a much higher floor, so I'll take it. The sub-gift bird is called a Eurasian Hoopoe, which there's actually a magic card based on the Hoopoe called River Hoopoe. Man, I want to play my Scythe Cat, but I also don't, you know? Like, is it better to just play the Arbor Mage here and hold on to the Scythe Cat until turn I can also play a land, so it's out of range of the 1 damage spells? You know, I mean, the worst case is just that we trade, and I'm okay with that. I mean, there's most of the stuff that can kill it when it has 2 toughness, too. So, yeah, that's not good. We're gonna have to kill that Lord. Luckily, we can. Immediately. Are you serious? I guess you are. I guess you are serious. Okay. If we hit a land, we can play both. We can double spell here, but I don't think we can, like, count on that happening necessarily. May just be better to play the Visionary here. Land Visionary. I mean, I'm willing to trade my Scythe Cat for the War Leader. I think I'm going to offer up that trade and then play the Visionary. Yeah. They don't take it. So if they play another Warrior here, I won't be able to block this turn, which will not be good for those keeping score at home. It's not a Warrior, and for that I am thankful. So I'll be able to block the Vanguard. We could have used the Skyclave GOP'd. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 mana back if we play our Electromancer. I just want to play my Hellion. So, I think Electromancer plus Scale the Heights is probably a little better right here than Pyroclastic Hellion. Yeah. Oh, I'm only getting 1 mana back, but that's okay. I wasn't going to be able to use the excess mana anyway. I think I'm going to put the counter on Visionary. So I can potentially take, what, 12 on the backswing? I think we're okay with that. So they're probably going to block the Visionary with the GOP'd, I guess. And if I trade with either of these with our Scythe Cat... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I think we want to kill the War Leader. Yeah, I mean... That all is a good deal for us. I mean, I would have liked... You know, with the Hellion and the Arbor Mage, what I was kind of trying to do there is sneak a little bit of damage through. Rather than what happened, but... I'll take what happened, I guess. You know? Worked out alright. so we're going to attack with our Electromancer. We did ask for 2 Hellions earlier, it's true. Right, then we're going to play Hellion. We're going to return a land, because it'll let us play our Nectar Pot. So we can kick this right now. I don't think it's worth it yet. Attack with our Hellion. They have to double block and lose 2 creatures no matter how they decide to do it. Or take 4, which we're also okay with, because then we can play another Hellion. Oh. Math. Okay. I was off there somehow, but... So I think we play Hellion number 2. Bounce a... I actually want to bounce a mountain. So we can then play our Fisher Wizard. So we're at 7 damage, which isn't quite enough for our Taunting Arbor Mage to win us the game yet. But it might be worth using anyway. We'll have to see. Probably not, though. Although, what happens if I make all of these block my Hellion? I kill both of those. They go to 6. So I'll kill these 2 guys. They'll have a Mesa Lynx left, and I'll still have Nectar Pot, Fisher Wizard, and Arbor Mage. I think that's worth it. I mean, it is mostly a way to win, you're right, but there's no guarantee we're going to end up there. But I guess if we wait for a little more damage, we can. Yeah, for now, we'll wait it out. I mean, I think there was something to be said for sort of wiping out both of these creatures, but... Okay, well, that'll help. So now we have lethal. Force everything to block our Nectar Pot, and that's game. If they don't kill something here, and it looks like they may. So, we no longer have lethal. I think we're in a neighborhood now where holding on to lands makes sense. Okay. Okay. That gives us lethal now, I think, right? Because we go land 4/7/9, yeah, and then we kick our Arbor Mage and make everything block our Nectar Pot. They could have a card in their hand to mess us up here, but we're going for it. Okay, yeah, that messes us up some, but our 2... Yeah, that messes up more than some, I think. It messes us up a lot. Yeah. We knew that was a possibility, but I thought the risk was worth it. Yeah, now they're ahead on board. Obviously enough. Ooh, that's helpful. Just a question of where I want to put the counter. So if I play a land, you'll still only become a 4/4. I think it's better to put it on the ooze. What we don't want them to find is equipment. Because things will get ugly. Alright, well, we're drawing things, and that's good. In terms of trying to force damage through. We still have a Royal Eruption somewhere in our deck. Okay. So if I put the counter on the ooze here, it'll attack as a 5/5. The other option is to put the counter somewhere else and get a 4/4 and like a 3/4. If I put the counter on the Night Runner... Yeah, 4/4 and 4/5, yeah. Yeah, okay. We're gonna put this on the Night Runner. Let's hope they don't have another answer. I'm also gonna attack with our Arbor Mage. And honestly, attacking with my Elemental is not the worst plan, because only this can block it. And it's gonna have to block one of these big boys. Although, yeah, no, it'll have to block. I think it's worth the attack here. Let's hope they don't blow us out again with the cards in their hand. That is key here. Don't get blown out by the cards in their hand. Man, you know, we've had a really lucky draft so far, but now our opponent has been finding... Oh my god. Alright, I mean, we're still not dead. We have them at 3 life. We have a Royal Eruption somewhere in our deck. We have Hellions still in our deck, don't we? Yeah, oh no, we've played them both. That's funny. So, land here makes us a 3/3. They have to block it with this. Yeah, not worth it, I don't think. We'll hold off. Ooh. Does that find us lethal now? Not necessarily. So let's say I rebuke this, and then I play a land and attack with everything. They'll have to block with the Pyroclastic Hellion on this. I mean, it does let me attack with both of these, but I lose this and drop them to 1, and that doesn't really seem worth it right now. I think we continue to hang back. Ooh, that might do it, though. Yeah, that will do it. Again, they have 2 cards in their hand, so maybe they're going to blow us out again on one of these lethal swings. Can they stop another lethal swing? No, they can't. Oh, man. Well, 7-0, that's pretty good. Yeah, we had lots of good removal. We had luck on our side. You usually need luck on your side to go 7-0, so, you know, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, worked out pretty well.